It was about 30 years ago when we met, and we met working at Oldham Derbyshire School. I was a midday supervisor, which was supervising children at the lunchtime. Ian was working as a caretaker. He's very approachable, and he's funny, and he makes you feel safe. He used to get up really early in the morning. He was often up at 5, getting to the school, getting ready, and then he would come home. He was always continuing to do jobs, supporting me with my mum as well, who was poorly. So he would often go and take shopping round while I was still working. He would also be looking after his grandson until I came home, and then we would probably sit down later on, but he kept going all the time. Ian loved fishing. He joined a fishing club, and also he went to Ireland probably twice a year, and he loved coming back with a trophy. He loved it. I didn't like fishing. I used to do the garden, and Ian would be upstairs doing his fishing tackle and messing about with it, and then we'd probably go and watch our programmes. He used to cook the dinner, so while I was working, I'd come home and have this beautiful cooked dinner. We'd be like going to York, to the antique centres, to Harrogate. That was one of our pastimes. Ian loved Christmas time, getting everything ready from June with Santa Claus, anything else to do with Christmas. One particular thing that sticks in my mind is him dressing up in a tutu on the stage at school, squirting a water gun out into the audience, and the kids loved it. They went mad. Some of the children who was naughty in the class, they would be sent out and they would wander their way down to Ian's office, where he would give them a cup of tea and biscuits and talk to them, and then he would take them back into the class. When I come home from work and he's not there, and his van's not there, and the house seems empty, I don't tend to watch the programmes anymore that we used to watch as well.
My dad was strong, kind, firm but fair.
As a kid, I always thought he was strict. As I've got older, I've started to realise he obviously wanted to put us on the right path.
He was honest, hard-working, but boy, was he mischievous. He had a cheeky, chappy side to him that definitely rubbed off on me as well.
I was at Oldham in Derbyshire for however many years school is. It was a funny relationship, your dad working in the same school as you, but all the kids loved him. Even the good ones, they think, oh, your dad's all right, he is. Your dad's sound, your dad's safe.
He's very practical, always making things, always doing DIY.
Painter and decorator. I reckon he could have possibly have built an house from scratch inside and out.
Making stuff for the kids, doing massive displays of elves and stuff at Christmas.
If he was on the side of a lake with a rod in, listening to Forest Match, he was in heaven.
Grandkids he loved probably more than fishing, maybe 50-50.
He had a pond in his garden and he used to empty it and get the big carp and stuff out, and the kids would do it and jet wash it. He was a massive kid.
He's got that energy around children, so he's always willing to play games and like get in the mix with them.
He entertained. You didn't have to do everything with Grandad. He was brilliant with the, let's say, misbehaved children who was going down different paths. He had time for them and he'd take them with him fishing.
He just took it upon himself to step in the way and try and stop people going down those paths as much as he could, and obviously fishing was the outlet for that.
You know, whatever they was doing on a weekend, now they brought a fishing rod and went to a lake and pulled fish out, so it changed them. My biggest regret is not valuing the time that I had with my dad, not wrapping him up and telling him I love him, because you never know, look where we are.
just sending a couple of messages on occasions and going and seeing him for an hour or so after work felt enough at the time, but looking back now, it's never enough. My life's been on hold for the last 2.5 years. I have to go through therapy now to help me through this. I'm on medication to help me through this.
My trajectory of my career, I was up and up and up, and now I've had to take a massive step back just to be able to cope with life.
My world's been flipped all the way round, upside down and thrown. I'm now on medication, and I suffer with mental health myself. I haven't worked in about a year.
I think he'd be happy with the way he's being remembered. I have people coming up to me at work and in the street all the time saying, "Oh, I knew your dad," and everyone's always had like really positive things to talk about him.
He would probably say he wouldn't want to be remembered. Forget about him. Don't worry about him. Carry on with your lives. He was just not in a weird way, in a humble way.
He was humble. He was just likeable, helping. He was Ian Coates. He was lovely. He helped everybody. Well, it didn't matter if he could help, he'd help.
My dad has a brick on the city ground. Whilst he was alive, he'd think it was way too much. But I know deep down, knowing that he's there for every Forest game, that would be special to him.